Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacey Flowers and I am a student of Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University and on a journey to become 100% debt free. I am currently on baby step number 2 to repay all of my debt. My debt is nearly $200,000 and I work for myself part-time running my own company, bringing in about $2,000 a month. In this video, I'm going to be going over my fall clothing haul. So if you're interested in that, please keep watching. So I'm super excited to share my fall finds with you guys. Everything was thrifted and I spent about $100. I had $40 from a gift that I was given from last month, and then I put $50 into the budget this month, and then I received another $10, and so that went towards a $100 haul. So without further ado, let me show you what I got. So, and I've had some of this, and I'll try to go over the prices and stuff like that too. I've had some of this stuff for about a week. So this is one of the first things that I got, and this is a cute cropped fall jacket from Club Monaco. I really like it. I've had this for about a week now, and overall I like the cut. I like the warmth of it. It is a crop jacket and it has like crop sleeves, and I remember when I was thinking about getting it, in my mind I was like, oh, I'm gonna need to get some gloves and sort of like Olivia Pope it with like the extended gloves. Without the gloves, this is the most impractical fall coat in all the land, which is kind of sad because this was the most expensive item that I purchased in the whole haul. This was $25. So it's warm on my body, but it's not really practical with how much of my arms are left out, and it's cut really cute. Even the design, if I were to button it, how the military detail goes, it's really cute. It's just not practical without gloves. So I will need to get some gloves in order to wear this through the rest of the fall, which kind of, in hindsight, that doesn't really make a ton of sense because, I mean, fall is cold enough for gloves, but it's like you don't want to have to do several pieces. But all of the thrift stores that I went to for this haul will be linked in the description box below. This was a blazer that I was able to find at a thrift store, and I actually picked this up on Columbus Day. And to be full disclosure, one of my super close friends was in town for her vacation, and she went shopping with me with one of my other close friends, and they mostly picked out all of these items and I just tried them on and said yes or no. So full disclosure, I wasn't the only one sort of like digging through and looking through finding these great pieces, but this is a really cute fall jacket. I love the details of the like burgundy wine color buttons. I like that it sort of cinches in at the waist, and I like the gray sort of tweed color that it is. It's from Banana Republic. And this particular thrift store that I got this jacket from, I went either the day of Columbus Day or the day after Columbus Day, and so everything was 50% off. And so this jacket originally was $4, but I got it for $2. And I'm just like, when I imagine, and I'm gonna try to slide some more like pictures in for you guys to be able to see, but you can kind of see how it fits just here as I'm like in the closet. But I think the color is really cute. The fit is really good. Even if I were to button it, I probably wouldn't wear a button and then just ruching in the sleeves. This is a really great fall blazer at a really inexpensive price for $2. The next item that I got is a blazer, and this blazer also got from the same thrift store, again $4, and so on sale for actually I think this blazer was $3 and on sale for $1.50. It is much larger than the other blazer. I did that intentionally, hoping that I might be able to pull off a sort of oversized blazer look. However, I may have made an error because it may just date me a little bit. I'm gonna slide in some pictures of it styled in a different way, but it may just make it look a little bit more dated and make me look a little bit more frumpy. So that was another blazer that I got for $1.50. These 3 dresses are just dresses that I had in my fall wardrobe, but these were previous purchases. This is a dress, a tube dress, that the one I wore in my TED Talk. If you haven't seen the video, this is one of my favorite dresses. It has little leather detail. It's perfect for fall. This is also a dress. You guys comment on this a lot because you only see the top, so it looks like it's a top, but it's actually a dress. That's good for the fall. but I didn't purchase those. Those were just already in my wardrobe. One of the things that I noticed from my summer haul switching into my fall haul is that everything in my summer wardrobe was super, super casual, way more casual than I actually want to be on a day-to-day basis. And so what I thought of when I was moving into the fall was to be intentional about finding things that were a little bit more like business casual, a little bit more formal-esque, not super, super formal, but a little bit more elevated, because I don't want to dress as casually as I was dressing all summer. And so this blouse is really cute. I think the color is really flattering, and I'll slide in a couple of images so you guys can see how that fits. The other thing that I really wanted to do for fall is I wanted to, oh, and that's from Ann Taylor Loft. This is what the blouse is from. The other thing that I wanted to do for fall that I was able to recognize in the summer is that there's a difference between the clothes that you wear because you're like out and about living your life, whether you're going to work, going to the market, whatever, and then clothes that you have at home that you're just comfortable in. And those clothes are called lounge wear. They look very much like daily living wear, but they're different, and they're not, loungewear isn't necessarily synonymous with pajamas. Like, there's this in-between phase. And what I realize is that if I'm gonna do a proper capsule, in order for my clothes not to wear out, I really do actually need to begin building out my loungewear pieces. So when I'm at home, especially since I work from home, transitioning from work, if I'm changing out of like work clothes into loungewear, it's not only giving my clothes a break so they're just not on me all day, but it's also allowing me to be much more comfortable at home. So this knit is something that I got specifically for loungewear. Like, it could possibly be worn to work, but it makes what I would want to look like at work too casual for me. So this is something that I picked up for loungewear, and I want to say it was about $3 total for this. The other two pieces that are in my fall capsule, and this was something too that I realized as I was like doing research, and like, so I want to talk about these two t-shirts, right? So I just mentioned that I don't want to be super, super casual because in general I don't think that that's like my personal style. However, I understand that having casual pieces allows you to be able to build basics and build sort of like looks and things like that. But what I was finding is if I was just getting a basic gray t-shirt or a basic white t-shirt, it was so basic that it was like something that completely uninterested me. And so what I realized is that getting slogan tees, like this one says adultish and this one says the future is male and female, what I realized is that when you get slogan tees, it elevates your basic from just being a basic to being something that contributes to your personal style. And so this t-shirt that I typically wear all year round is actually a fall t-shirt, just the thickness of the material and the color of the shirt, but also it's in terms of me getting away from casual but having a t-shirt, it's okay because it has this slogan which brings in the personality and I can jazz it up. The same thing with this basic white t-shirt and the roll sleeves. The slogan makes it a little bit more my personal style, which allows me to be able to do more things with it. So these two t-shirts will be in my fall capsule as well, and then in the summer, winter, all that other jazz, I'm gonna put them away so that way they don't get wore out. I guess this particular quarter sleeve turtleneck top, I got this at a thrift store as well. I want to say all of the tops were somewhere between like $1.50 to $3. I really like it. I like that it's quarter sleeved. It's perfect for layering. I like the color. I think it's really complimentary to like my skin tone and everything like that. So this was a really, really great find. I also found this knit that has a little detail of like having sort of like a chiffon sleeve and a chiffon button down underneath it almost, and it's the same sort of detail on the sleeve as well. So that sort of just made this like a really cute wine colored top, and then it's turtleneck as well, which I'm realizing now that I'm looking at the clothes that I've purchased that is the style of sweater that I like, is something that kind of like is a mock neck or a turtleneck or an off the shoulder. This was another sweater that I found. You guys will have seen this in one of my videos already. It's an off the shoulder sweater. I really, really love it. It's super, super soft. I will say it's just a teeny bit itchy, which makes me sad because I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is like my color white. Like, this is the white that makes my skin look amazing, and so that's one of the things that drew me to it. But I don't know if it'll last more than one season simply because the fabric is a little bit itchy. So that is that sweater. And then we have this sweater, which you guys will have seen. This is actually a DKNY really thin cashmere knit that I purchased last fall, but I'm very aware now, and I wore it fall and winter last year, but I'm very aware that this is a fall knit. It's warm because it's cashmere, but it's not chunky for like the winter. And so in an effort to keep this and keep it in good condition, I'm just going to wear it through the fall, and I completely adore it. I love the lines on it. I just think it's a super well-made thin knit sweater. Then another sweater that I have, this is a little bit of a chunkier, a thicker knit, is this navy v-neck here. This, I do like it. I'm not a fan of the v-neck, so I'm going to try to see if I can do something about styling around this area so it doesn't look so weird on me when I wear it, because I personally think it looks a little bit weird when I wear it, but I do like the navy color. I just think that it's like a really good color on me, and I like the thickness of it. It's thicker than that cashmere DKNY striped shirt, but not so thick that it would be something that I would like be so hot in or I couldn't layer in for the fall. Okay, so now we're finally onto the pants. I'm actually wearing a pair of the pants now, and I will show you guys in a cutaway, but these are a pair of mid-rise skinny Gap 1969 Gap denim. I needed to get some fall / winter denim. I'm gonna call this fall denim because I'm gonna go back. I already know I'm gonna go back and get winter denim. Something really incredible happened with me as I've been going through this process of like shopping per season, and then shopping more frequently and getting more things in abundance. And the thing that happened is I realized the difference in materials, right? So the denim that I got in the summer, that is for the summer. It was one day, it was maybe like 54 degrees, and I went outside and I was like, oh, my legs are so cold. And it's because the denim that I had on that was summer denim is meant to like breathe because of the heat that otherwise would be trapped in there. And that's the reason I could wear them through a fairly warm winter and not be burning up, is because that denim is designed for the summertime. So that's one thing, is just like realizing like the thickness and the quality and the material that is used for all clothes. Like even how this is a true fall t-shirt, like it's short sleeves, but it's super thick if you guys were like able to feel it. Just realizing that and respecting the fact that clothes are made for different reasons, out of different materials, for different seasons. Like it's not just, this is a cute denim, so I'm going to wear it all year round. It's like, one, that wears your clothes out, but two, it may not be appropriate to wear all year round. So these black skinny denim, they're perfect. They're nice and thick. I like that they're black. I wanted to get a black denim, a dark denim, and I also wanted to bring in more pants, but just getting a thicker material, life changing when I go outside. It's super, super amazing. And I just really like the cut and the overall fit. I usually do a high rise. Shopping for high rise denim at the thrift store is a little bit harder nowadays, simply because, unless it's like vintage, simply because high rise is really in, like the mom jean is really in, and so not a lot of people are donating those jeans because they've sort of come back around. But I feel really fortunate that I found this mid-rise because it still fits really, really good. It looks good on the bum, looks good on my hips, just looks good all around, and it's a great, nice quality. Felt like new. I want to say it was about $5 for these pants, or these jeans. I also got a pair of high-waisted trousers, pleated high-waisted trousers. I love these trousers, and I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up or not, but these just fit so beautifully, and I can't wait to style them with something. They are 96% wool, so even though they look thin, they're actually very, very warming because of the wool. And then some other material is in there, just I think for the cut and to make it look nice. But I wanted to point out, that's how I know that this is a fall pant, because it's made out of a thicker wooler material designed to keep me warm in the winter. So super excited about those high-waisted slacks or trousers. Super excited about styling those. Another pair, oh, and I got those, I want to say they were $8 maybe. They were $8. Then I got another pair of denim. These are, I don't know, I'm not familiar with this brand, Edison, I think that's what it is. I'm not really great at pronouncing things, guys, but I I don't know, the thickness of these jeans is just really, really nice. I'm pointing out brands because somebody had pointed out Paige Denim to me. I'm not like a brand person, so I didn't know that Paige Denim was a thing. And so when I was like, oh yeah, I got these for 69 cents, even though it was the wrong season, I couldn't pass it up because they were so thick. And then you guys sent me all the messages, and I looked it up, and they usually are about like $200. So or between like 150 to 200. So I don't know if this brand, I'll bring it a little closer for you guys to see. Edison, I don't know what they run normally in the store, but I will tell you they fit amazing, and they're nice and thick. I like where they cut me right at the ankle. They're just perfect for, you know, a pair of like Chelsea boots, or even if I were to wear loafers. And they're also a mid-rise as well. So I just feel really, really fortunate that I was able to find 2 pair of really, really great quality fall denim that is like nice and thick. And I mean, it looks, when I wish I could show you guys this, but it looks almost like it's just right out of the package. Like, it doesn't look like somebody wore these out and then donated them. Which, to that point, don't donate trash to the Goodwill. Like, if that clothing piece that you want to donate is done for, just go ahead and throw it away. Recycle it. Don't send it to the Goodwill, because at the end of the day, the people who work at the Goodwill have to sift through that, and then people like myself or other people who shop at the thrift store, they then look through items that are just that you know, that are not really high quality. I mean, these were like $4, $4 or $5, but look how it looks like, you know, I got them right off the rack. Like, that's a very kind donation to a thrift store, as opposed to just donating something that smells or has holes in it or is really, really worn out in the hips or the butt area. So that's just an aside. So I got those 3 pair of pants, and then the other pair of pants that is going to be a part of my fall capsule is the Paige Denim, which I showed you guys these in the spring, or excuse me, in my summer haul, is when I purchased them, and then I just held off on wearing them until now because the material is much thicker. I've worn them a couple of times, and I love them. I'm like, this is a good pair of pants right here. So I'm super excited about that, and that was 69 cents, but this doesn't count in the total that I spent this month. Then I got a couple of accessories. Snakeskin is in for the fall right now, so I just picked up a easy breezy snakeskin scarf. Some kind of way I'm going to style that. And then I picked up this is my color, this is my white, if you will. It's like this cream color white. It just makes my skin look flawless. It's not a terribly thick scarf, so this is more fashion than function, but it's better than no scarf. So I definitely will have to get another like thicker, fuller scarf for the winter, but I think that it's going to work for the fall. And then I picked up 2 belts as well, because, you know, accessories are a part of being able to look nice. Did I do this blue belt? I think I bought this last time. I feel like I bought this blue belt last time, but maybe not. It's right here. So I have this blue belt, and then I have this sort of belt with like a little gold detail, which should work for some of my with my trousers and some of my mid-rise. So overall, what you all have seen is not only what I thrifted, but also essentially what makes up my fall capsule. And so if you were counting, I'm just going to give you the summary. There are 4 bottoms, 2 pair of slack, well, 1 slack, 2 pair of denims, and then I don't know what to call these Paige denim. I would definitely not call them slacks though. So 4 bottoms, 4 pair of pants total, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knit tops to keep me warm in the fall, 2 slogan tees to make sure my personality is shining through. I have 1 blouse, 3 dresses, 2 blazers, and then a fall jacket. This particular sweater piece, this doesn't count because that would be a part of the lounge wear. But yeah, so overall, like, I think that this is a pretty full capsule, and this should be able to get me through the full fall season. I don't anticipate needing anything else. If there was anything that I would add, it would be shoes, which that's very interesting. Like, once you start paying attention to clothes, you get it. You understand. Because it's like, you can't wear shoes all year round, and the only shoes that I have that would be semi-fall like would be my Stacey C Beyonce boots, and these are awesome boots, but these are not practical to wear every day. These will be what I'm wearing until I get like a flat practical shoe, but this is the only fall like shoe that I have. And then I have a pair of sneakers, a couple pair of pumps, and sandals. So I would love to try to find some sort of Chelsea boot that would be able to work through the entire fall capsule. If there was anything that I could change, and this is just something that you're going to keep seeing evolve with my style, is again, I want to move out of dressing super casual. I want to have my look be a little bit more elevated, and I want to bring in more feminine touches. Not that I think the colors are going to keep things very feminine for me, but maybe some of the structures I would like to have seen that be a little bit more feminine. And if I could do just a little bit more frills, that would be the only other thing that I add. But overall, I am very pleased with everything that I purchased, and what I'm going to be able to do with my fall capsule wardrobe. So all of these pieces of items will also be styled on my Instagram. So if you're not following me there, make sure you go over there and follow me at Stacey Flowers. And until the next video, I will talk to you all very soon. Bye. Okay, so if you're still watching, it's just because you're awesome and I appreciate that. But I want to show you some of the things that I purchased in the summer that don't belong in my wardrobe at all. And it's important. One of the things I'm super grateful for is that because I'm thrifting, I'm okay with making these mistakes, because the amount of money that I spent to learn this lesson didn't break the bank. So this is just a bag of stuff that I'm sending back to the thrift store, because I wore it and I didn't like wear it out, but you know, it needs to go. I don't know if you guys ever saw this dress, but it's just a long like maxi dress that I got. It's from the Gap. I can't remember how much I spent on it, but like even if I just put it up here to my skin, even though I don't know if you guys can tell, it doesn't make me look bad. I don't think any of the things that I purchase make me look bad, but it doesn't make me look great. So it's like, imagine if I wore this, it's like, oh great, wonderful, versus when I have on that pink top, like I look completely different. And so The fact that I realized that this maxi dress has no shape because it's just sort of like this long thing, which is not flattering on me because I actually do have a shape, but when I wear stuff that's like shapeless, you can't see my shape. And I'm not saying that I need to wear something that's tight. I'm just saying that I shouldn't wear something that's like a saggy bag, and that this color wasn't a complimentary color, and that this cap sleeve wasn't a complimentary sleeve for my upper body. So this is something that I'm sending back to the thrift store. And some of you might say, well, why not make it loungewear? And it's not loungewear because even when you wear your loungewear, you want your loungewear to not be so relaxed that it's not appropriate for like guests to come over, right? So all of my loungewear is appropriate for a guest to still come over. It's just not as elevated as what it would look like if I was going outside and putting in effort to meet someone for drinks. This is a sweater that I purchased last year. I really liked it overall. I like the gray, I like the hooded part, I like the stitching on it. This is something that I'm releasing simply because I can't fit it anymore. So I purchased this when I was a little bit heavier than I am now, and so when I wear it now, I drown in it a bit, and it was hard to get rid of it because I'm like, no, I love it, the color, the da-da-da-da, but it's just like I can't fit it. So when I wear this, I look more frumpy. So even though it's the right color, even though it's the right texture, I can't fit it. So there's no point in keeping things that you can't fit. This dress slash duster was one of my favorite pieces that I had picked up in my summer thrifting process, but I'm getting rid of this piece, one, because it's the wrong size, and I realized that I have to stop buying, especially shopping from the thrift store. Like, there's no point in buying things from the thrift store that you can't fit. You're already getting it deeply discounted. And there's somebody else out there that this is going to already fit perfectly. I'm not a seamstress. Now, if I'm a seamstress, it's different. But there's somebody out there that this is already going to fit perfectly. And it shouldn't just sit in my closet and die because I want it to work. It's like, this is too big. This is why you're going to let it go. But then after I accepted that it was too big, I was also looking at the material. And because I wore it one day in the summertime, and this is just not appropriate for the summer, and maybe I should have known that just by the color. The color is a very rich jeweled color, probably a lot more appropriate for the fall. But once I was wearing it, like in the summer and even on the cooler days, like my temperature, like my body temperature, like I was either super hot or super cold. And that's because the material that it's made out of is not a material that's good for clothes. And I'm not going to say the material because I don't want to get into that debate. I'll just say that it's not a high quality material for clothes, and for that reason, my temperature fluctuates too much for this to be something that I keep in my wardrobe, and I can't fit it. But it was worth purchasing because it reminds me that, like, you know, I like stuff that's a little bit more extra. I like stuff that's a lot more fun, but this just wasn't the right piece. So that's going back. These white pants, I got these. I loved the color. This is my color white, and we talked about that a little bit. However, the fit on these white pants was a little bit young. And when I say young, I mean, you know, imagine if, when I say young, it's like girls who are like 14 and 12 have a different shape than women who are 34. And so I try to put my 34-year-old body inside of pants that were made for a 14-year-old girl, things get like smushed and weird in they get smushed and weird in my figure because I'm wearing pants that were designed to sit on a girl and not a woman. And so that's what these pants taught me. Right color, wrong fit, right? And not wrong fit from a size perspective, wrong fit from a design perspective. And that, like, but even that's not something that I was like really truly aware of, that like youth clothes really do look like youth clothes, like, you know, when you put them on. This sweater, I loved this sweater. I think I have so many videos of this sweater. I love the material. I even like the lines. I really like lines in general. However, again, this is one of those sweaters where I can't fit this sweater anymore. And so it's like I'm going to release it because I can't fit it and it can serve someone. And I'm not a fan of keeping clothes just in case I get bigger. I'm a fan of maintaining my natural weight. This is the weight that I want to be at, so I don't want to even keep clothes that are at a weight that I don't want to be at. Then, oh, this was the bag that I got from the summer haul, and it was perfect. No, it wasn't perfect. It was a decent bag, but it wasn't as functional as I wanted it to be. I thought that it would be super easy to carry around. I thought that it would be super easy to stuff, but after a season of using it, I realized that I reached for my regular canvas tote more than I reached for this. So rather than hold on to this bag for much longer, I was just like, let's let it stay in amazing condition and send it back to the thrift store so someone else can, you know, get the benefit of having this. I may actually show my mom and see if she wants it because she likes bags like this. But this was a good bag, but it just wasn't a great bag for me. And I think that because, you know, again, because it was thrifted, I don't feel like attached to trying to make it work. It's like it doesn't work, and it's okay to release it so you have room to find something that does work. So there's that. And then this was a denim jacket. Like, I love denim jackets, and I really liked this denim jacket because it was bedazzled, it was oversized, but I realized that while it is I realized that it had some vintage undertones, right? And I would like to think that I can do vintage, but vintage simply distracts you from me, right? Like, it's like anybody can wear any style, period. But if it's not your personal style, that style will show up as a distraction. And wearing something that is a proper vintage item shows up very dated on me, and it's very distracting. So it's like it looks good, kind of, as opposed to it just looks good. Now, if someone were to remake this jacket in a very similar fashion, and it had vintage tones, but it wasn't a true vintage jacket, I would be able to pull it off because I'm not actually a vintage girl. So me wearing proper vintage items it doesn't fit with my personal style. So that's what I realized with this jean jacket. It's like, this is a really good jean jacket color. Fine, you can have it bedazzled, but the cut and the design is of a different era, and because I don't dress of a different era, it's conflicting with my true personal style. That doesn't mean I can't wear any denim. It just means that true vintage is not for me, it's for someone else. And again, so it's like, release it so the person who's a true vintagey type person can, you know, pick up this glorious jacket and run away with it, and then I have space to get something that maybe is vintage inspired but not, you know, made that way. So I think that those were the only, oh no, here's another one. So this, and I talked about this in my summer haul, I talked about how this was a little young, and even if you look at this, it almost looks like this is a swimsuit bottom. And I have a lot of body. I have too much body for this. I love the color, I love the florals, I love all that, but I have too much body for this. And I'm not a seamstress, and so I'm not about trying to turn it into something else. I just want to release it and allow somebody who this would make their body just look like they're living their best body life. I'm putting my final bag together for the thrift store, and I just wanted to show you guys this skirt. It's a midi, like faux, actually it goes there. It's like a midi. See, when I hold it up, it makes me want it, but I never wear it. Can I just, okay. This is why you don't try stuff on. But I do want to show you guys these. These are the Levi jeans that I picked up in the summer haul. I'm going to release these because these are too big, and I knew they were a little bit roomy, but I thought that it would be fine because I would be able to layer them in the summer and the fall. But these are actually a summer denim and doesn't make sense to layer, so I'm going to release these good Levi jeans back to the thrift store and make room for more. I'm also, I do love this skirt, but I haven't worn it in so long, and I've had it for like 4 or 5 years. I've had it since 2013. So I'm gonna go ahead and release this skirt. It's a really cute, like faux leather skirt. Even when I just hold it right here, I just think that that's just the cutest thing in all the land. But I don't wear it. And I don't know why I don't wear it. So yeah, so that is everything that I'm going to release to make room for, and those are some of the lessons that I'm able to learn because I'm actually participating in the shopping of it. So if you are thinking about doing a capsule wardrobe, like, I highly recommend, I mean, if your budget can afford you just going to whatever store you want to go to whatever store. But if you want to actually learn about like clothes and material and personal style and fashion, like, I highly encourage thrifting because it just gives you an opportunity to experiment at a low risk level, because I'm learning a lot. So I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.